The once warm US India relationship has turned icy, with tensions rising faster than anyone expected. What was once hailed as a strategic partnership is now overshadowed by suspicion and economic brinkmanship. On August 15, 2025, President Trump announced a sweeping 50% tariff on key Indian imports, steel, semiconductors, and more, marking a sharp break from past cooperation. The move sent shockwaves through global markets and stunned Indian exporters who now face an uncertain future. This is Trump's America First doctrine in action, accusing India of unfair trade and demanding immediate negotiations with a 21-day deadline for Modi's government. The message is clear: compromise or face even harsher consequences. The era of handshakes and shared values is over. Diplomatic niceties have been replaced by ultimatums and threats, leaving both sides scrambling for leverage. Trump now frames India as an economic rival, not a partner. The rhetoric has shifted, and so has the balance of power in this critical relationship. For India, these tariffs threaten major industries and jobs, risking supply chain chaos and foreign investment. The stakes are high for millions of workers and for India's ambitions as a global manufacturing hub. Modi faces a stark choice: yield to US demands or risk a trade war that could damage both economies. The pressure is mounting, and every decision carries enormous consequences for India's future. The honeymoon is over. US India ties have entered a tense, uncertain new phase, with the world watching to see who will blink first in this high stakes standoff. Not long ago, the world watched as Trump and Modi's friendship became the public face of US India relations. The Howdy Modi rally in Houston and the Namaste Trump event in Ahmedabad were more than just political spectacles. They were celebrations of a new era of partnership marked by massive crowds and grand gestures. These moments seemed to signal a deepening bond between the two leaders and their countries. But beneath the surface, Trump's praise for India was always mixed with sharp criticism, especially about India's high tariffs on American products like Harley Davidson motorcycles. He repeatedly called out what he saw as unfair trade practices, making it clear that economic grievances were never far from his mind. The decision to strip India of its special trade status was a clear signal. Personal chemistry would not override America's economic interests. For Trump, business always came first, and even the friendliest of alliances had to deliver tangible benefits. Fast forward to today, and the warmth of those rallies has faded. The White House now speaks in the language of hardball politics. No more friendly overtures, just tough demands about trade deficits, market access, and stricter negotiations. Trump's foreign policy is unapologetically transactional. Alliances are conditional, and loyalty is measured in deals, not declarations. The grand public displays masked a reality of deep, unresolved disputes simmering beneath the surface. Today, India finds itself treated as just another country to pressure and negotiate with rather than a special friend or strategic partner. The personal rapport between leaders has given way to a colder, more pragmatic approach. Now, the real issues, trade, tariffs, and shifting geopolitics, are front and center, forcing both nations to confront hard truths about their relationship and the future of their partnership. But at the core of the dispute are US complaints about India's high tariffs and protectionist policies, especially in agriculture. The US wants India to slash import duties and open its market to American farm products, including genetically modified crops, a major sticking point for India. For Washington, India's resistance to GMOs is an unfair barrier. For India, it's about protecting farmers and food security. The US is also linking trade talks to India's continued purchases of Russian oil, demanding alignment with American foreign policy. These demands go beyond trade. They challenge India's economic sovereignty and strategic autonomy. The Trump administration believes US economic power justifies sweeping concessions. India sees this as a direct threat to its right to protect its most vulnerable citizens. Modi can't simply give in. India's farmers are a political powerhouse, and their interests are non negotiable. The memory of massive farmer protests that forced Modi to repeal controversial farm laws still looms large. Any move to open India's agricultural market to US products would be seen as a betrayal, risking political backlash and unrest. The BJP's recent electoral setbacks, partly due to farmer discontent, make Modi even more cautious. With key state elections ahead, Modi must be seen as defending farmers, not sacrificing them for a US deal. The American push for market access directly clashes with Modi's need to protect his base.